Are you ready to leave winter behind? If you are, you're in the best place to be right now because I'm your host, Kylie Savage Psychic, and this is Spring into September Oraclecast. Yay! I'm so ready to leave this past winter behind and get ready for spring. Spring is all about fresh energy, renewal, new growth, and I am very, very ready for that. Winter has been long and wet and challenging. And we've just had like 2 weeks of serious illness in my home. So I'm ready to wrap all that up, sage the house, move out that old stale winter energy, that negative stale energy, and get ready for spring. So if you're busy spring cleaning, you've had that urge and you're madly decluttering everything, that's fantastic because it's also the new moon in Virgo today. And new moon in Virgo is an excellent time to declutter, not to go into the perfectionist shadow side of Virgo, but to balance that out just with some decluttering, refreshing, spring cleaning. So please don't go overboard. But if you found yourself moving things around and giving everything a good dust, well, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So new moon blessings to you. Think about what you're ready to let go of because it's one of those funny new moons where all the other astrology supports actually releasing at a new moon, which is different. And if you've already been feeling the Mercury retrograde, which is approaching, which has bothered me for the last half hour, then do things like you would do in Mercury retrograde, back up all your stuff. Give yourself, I find, more time to do technological things and, be prepared for those things to bounce back or not go through straight away or, for there to be some hiccups because we know Mercury loves to mess with our technology and our communication. So maybe when you're communicating too, really think about what you want to express before you say it or write it. Um, and think about, what is the ultimate outcome for that communication? What do you want that to be? And if you can wait till after retrograde, definitely wait. But we know that we can't always wait, for the retrograde period to be over for us to get things done. So that's okay. Definitely check out people like Astro Tash. I love her. You can find her on Instagram. Kim Fairminer Astrology, Alicia Yusuf Astrology, and of course Yasmin Boland with her Moonology for more details about the new moon. Or you could jump into Kylie's cubby and we could workshop the new moon together. I love to do new and full moon rituals. I've kind of fallen off the wagon of it a bit, so I'm jumping back in today with a new moon ritual. And I'll be looking at things like that, like what areas of my life need a bit of a cleanup. And Virgo energy is it's all about healing. So where in my life do I need some physical, mental, emotional, spiritual healing? And what else is Virgo good for? Getting organized, planning, and being more relaxed about those plans and planning for self care. I'd really like to start doing some work on self care for psychics because I think that's an um, undervalued or underappreciated area which really needs a lot more focus. We're becoming more awake and aware that we're energetic beings, that everything, the whole universe is made up of energy. And self care is so important for us energy workers. And if you're a psychic or a medium or a healer, then you are working with energy. And we've got to be responsible for our own energy. So we need to practice psychic hygiene on a daily basis. And I've got some really good ideas and tips and strategies for you to do that. And we also need to take care of the people who we're working with, their energy and the spaces we're working in, online, offline, in person, wherever. And then, we need to extend that out, like our energy long term. How do we take care of that? And what's the energy, we're adding to the global collective? And what's unconscious energy? What's conscious energy? All of that. So if you're interested in anything like that, the best thing to do is make sure you're following me on Facebook, Kylie Savage Psychic. Come and join the Cubby, my free group on Facebook, which is called Kylie's Cubby. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter. You can do that at the website, which is www.kyliesavage.com. And I know if you click the CC button on these videos, you'll get YouTube's automated captions, which is great, especially if you're watching me at work or anywhere, you're supposed to be doing something else. Just know that my surname is Savidge, because it doesn't spell it correctly with the captions. Must send a note to YouTube. Okay, so the best thing to do, yeah, sign up for my newsletter where you will find out where everything is happening first, and I will make offers for courses and workshops and things like that to my newsletter list first before I offer them anywhere else. But even like I said, I'm also on Instagram, Kylie lower dash savage lower dash psychic. And you can find me on Messenger and give me a message or send me an email. And my email is info@kyliesavage.com. Now I have some more news for you. Pardon me. Okay, my spring into September news is da, 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 da. On the 7th of September, we'll be doing Cuppa and Cards Catch Up, and it will be at 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Sydney time. And that's terrific. And it's free. If it's your first catch up, come along and join us because it's free. And what we do is we get together, we drink cups of tea, we do card readings, we connect with spirit. I give you a channeled healing meditation and a meditation to connect you with energy that's going to boost your readings, your intuition and psychic abilities. Always plus there. And then we share our readings and you can ask me questions. So, how often do you get to ask an oracle card expert questions and get answers in real time? Not all that often. So, it's a terrific opportunity. I created Cuppa and Cards Catch Up to keep my hand in for readings because I've retired from paid one-to-one readings for the public. And also, because during the pandemic, a lot of us have become very isolated. I would rather have workshops and get-togethers and catch-ups in person, and that just hasn't been possible. So I thought, well, why not create something online, see how it goes? It's been going terrific, and I'm loving the feedback about it. So first visit is free, and then it's $22 Australian dollars for anytime you come and visit us again. You don't have to be locked into any contracts or anything. It's like come when you want to sort of thing. And as she said, it's always a lot of fun. The ladies who are joining us said that they're really getting a lot out of it. We do Zoom breakout rooms so that you can pair off and do readings for each other. And I'm always very playful with the way that I teach and the way that I read. So you're going to feel that you are in a fun, safe, supportive environment so that your reading practice can really grow. I feel that's so important. You've really got to trust the facilitator, anyone who's teaching you anything. You've got to feel like you can be yourself in that space. You can ask any questions that you like, and you're going to be treated, like a mature, um, responsible adult. But as I said, we're going to make it lots of fun. I don't like anything to be too serious. I think it's really important to keep the play element in there. And my background is in early childhood education, and so I really understand the benefits and the importance of play, not just for children, but for adults as well. And I bring that into all the work that I do. Okay, so we'll be working on the spring and September spread, which I'm going to show you soon. So what else is coming up? Yeah, we've done that. Happy New Moon in Virgo, the spread, and join the newsletter. So yeah, joining the newsletter, that's the best thing to do to stay up to date with all my latest news. I'm putting together a thank you gift too to welcome everyone to my newsletter list. So that's exciting. And I'm looking at more online courses. So probably teaching them through Facebook and Zoom. And they'll just be short courses and we will start at the beginning. So if you're really interested in Oracle cards and perhaps you're thinking about going and buying some, or you've bought your first deck, but you're like, what's next? Then definitely get in touch with me and get onto one of those waiting lists for the courses because it's really important to start your Oracle card reading practice with a good foundation. When you have that really good foundation, you will be able to launch your Oracle card reading practice. And it is a practice. It is something that we are continually working on. You don't ever get to a level. I mean, I say that I'm an Oracle card expert and I am at master level because I've read for over 10 years. But the thing is, that doesn't mean that I've put the ceiling on my spiritual growth and my Oracle card reading practice. I haven't. I know there's always new things to learn, there's always new decks to explore, new spreads to try, new methods, and you're always honing your intuition and psychic abilities. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a basics course, a beginner basics course. So that's your entry level course. And everyone I work with and who wants to do my other courses will need to do that first because I'm going to set you up with this terrific foundation for your practice. And you're going to thank me for it. It's going to be great. And I'm going to keep it at, a very accessible price because I'll be asking everyone to do that course before they work with me on other things. Sounds good? Interested? And put in the comments below if you are interested and what you're looking for um, in a foundation type course, in a beginner level course for Oracle cards. What is it that you're really looking for and where are you stuck at the moment? Let me know in the comments and I will respond. Okay, let's rock on with the reading. So I'm going to do this reading now. And then I want you to go over to my Facebook page and I want you to test out the spread for yourself. It will be there. It's called the Spring to September spread. And I'll do another post. And I'm reading from Tosha Silver's Divine Beloved. Now, if you love Tosha, make sure you go and check out. Oops, I'll just grab this one too. I did an unboxing video on the Wild Offering Oracle card deck and the Divine Beloved Oracle card deck, and you can find those in this channel, and I'll try and make that the next pop-up video. So just keep watching and you'll be able to see that one. I like doing unboxing videos. I love getting new Oracle cards. Do you love getting new Oracle cards? Put that in the comments as well. Okay, so now it's time to breathe. Tune in, connect, arrive in this moment. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, shoulders away from ears, and let's just relax for a moment. Life has just been so nuts lately. I think we're all really just trying to do our best to stay well, recover from illness, and reconnect with our joy de vivre. And that's why I think the energy of spring is so great for this. I really feel like we need spring. We need the renewal of spring right now. Okay, so breathing and relaxing down. I do this more for me. Okay, now what for you to do, intuitively choose a number between 1 and 5, and you can do that now. Got your number? Terrific. Now, that that number will be connected to a card and to a question, and that message is really relevant to you for whatever is going on in your life right now, and yet number 1 is relevant to all of us. And then you can come back and watch the video again and choose a different number. It's just so that you can feel like the reading is tailored to you. It's a little bit more specific for whatever's going on for you right now. Okay, so number 1, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I have to flip everything around a bit. So I'm asking, what's coming up for all of us this September? What's coming up for all of us this September? That's card number 1. Oh, and I have intuition. Oh, I love this. These cards are really beautiful. So when I do that, I'll get the light on it and get the light off it. Okay, so what do we have here? And I'm brand new to these cards. I haven't even, I've done one reading with the unboxing. That's it. Sorry. Okay, it says, God finds a way. And if you find the word God a little bit tricky, just, say life, the universe, or love, or goddess. I prefer goddess to God. Okay, change. And this card deck is based on the Change Me prayers, a book by Tosha Silver. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can offer all major decisions to you. Let me trust. You're always guiding me in the right directions. May I always remember that if something is meant to be, out of no way, God finds a way. I love that. So it's actually a tiger and a mountain path. I'm not sure if you can see that. Tiger with a zigzaggy mountain path and some beautiful pink clouds. We also have some lovely flowers, I'd say maybe some roses, maybe some violets or pansies. All right. And it's the mountaintop. So, what's coming up for all of us this September is that we're all going to be connecting more and more to our intuition. And I'm so glad you're watching this video and that you're getting to know me because you can be figuring out for yourself right now. If I'm the facilitator for you, we are all intuitive. We are all psychic. If you're human, you're psychic and intuitive. Some people put intuition with psychic abilities and some people separate it. I think the word intuition is a lot more mainstream. A lot more people can connect with the word intuition or understand being intuitive more than being psychic. You know, psychic is a step too far for them at the moment. So let's focus on intuition. What is intuition? So intuition is local and non-local. So it can be coming from up within you. It's the inner teacher. And it can also be coming from outside of you. So it's like spirit communicating with you, going to a different place and picking up information about that place, or meeting a new person and, immediately feeling, how do I feel about this person? Am I feeling great? Oh, wow, they've got great energy. There's a few red flags going off for me. I'm not sure about this person. If I feel 100% safe here, and I'm just watching for that feedback. The thing is, why I think intuition is so important in these modern times, I mean, it's always been important, but it's very important now, is because the pace of life we're living is so, outstandingly fast. And we need to make snap decisions. And we don't always have time to jump on Google and, research all the cons and pros and all the rest of it. We don't always have time to, gather that research, talk to our friends and all this. Sometimes we just need to check in here. How do we feel about this? And your body always knows. Louise Hay used to say, "Yak, you always know," and I believe her. It's true. So your body will respond in the moment intuitively to if something's okay for you, if something's not okay for you. We have those fight or flight systems, they will go off. If something doesn't feel intuitively good, your body will tense and shrink back. It's getting ready for that fight or flight. If something intuitively feels fantastic for you, your body will expand, your posture will go up, your eyes will enlarge, your blood vessels will open up, and you'll expand physically into that energy because it's like your soul is going, yes, tick, this is for me, yes. So remember, whatever lights you up, that is the path. We follow those breadcrumbs, which outline the path of what is really for us, and know that what's not meant for you, it's what is it, rejection is God's protection. What's not meant for you, there's a reason for that. So let's just let the things go that need to go and invite the things in which light us up. That's what I really feel is important to know about intuition, and that to understand you are intuitive and your intuition is working all the time. But the thing is, sometimes because it's like a muscle, we've just let it go and it's become weak, from, do you say disuse? From lack of use. And so we need to strengthen it like a muscle and start using it. So the first thing you need to do is accept and own that you are intuitive and that there are plenty of people like me that can teach you how to utilize your intuition, expand it, and develop it. And your intuition works a little bit differently to everybody else's. There's a lot that's similar, but your intuition is unique to you, and sometimes it's very subtle. So, what I do is when someone says, "Oh, I've got a feeling about something," I try and get them to tune into their body and tune into that feeling and feel it. Because a lot of us, the first thing we do with our intuition is once it comes, we block it, or we disown it, or we discredit it, or we argue against it. You can always tell it's your intuition if your next thought argues against it. Because sometimes what we know to be true is true, but we don't want it to be. Guilty. So what was I saying? You check in with the body, and then you try and peel back the layers to the subtlety. Where is this feeling happening in your body? What does it feel like? Is it tightness? Is it tingles? Is it coldness? Is it heat? Is it an expansion or contraction? Does it feel light and floaty like butterflies, or does it feel dense and heavy? And we try and think about the last time we felt that specific feeling, what events unfolded. So then you can know, okay, when I get this intuitive feeling, it means that there's something happening with someone I love and I'm worried they're in danger. When I get this intuitive feeling, it's my animals. I know there's something going on with my animals. When I get this intuitive feeling, oh, something good's on the way, open up the doors to all my good. Another intuitive feeling, okay, I've met a person like this before and this is what happened. So just go slowly as I get to know this person and keep that information in mind. Like another intuitive hit, oh, I feel like this is something I need to learn and explore. I've really clicked with this bit of information and I'm excited about following it. So go ahead and do it. I know it's going to be good for me. Is that making sense? Let me know in the comments if that's making sense. Because I could talk all day about intuition. Okay, number 2. What needs our energy and focus for us to flourish? So in September, what needs our energy and focus for us to flourish? Ooh, I love this. Can you see it? Adventure. Okay, I will ride the tide. Change me, divine beloved, into one who rides the tide happily, trusting where I'm being led, even when everything doesn't make sense yet. Oh, that's so lovely. And I really love the card. This card's really matched my background and my brand colours, so I'm really glad I've chose this deck. Excuse me. Mm. Okay, adventure. So, what needs our energy and focus for us to flourish? So, perhaps you have been stuck inside this winter. You have been, challenged by illness, by debt, by constraints, financial constraints, employment constraints, had to work from home. Well, like we've all been through so much. We've got to acknowledge that. And the thing is, I found, because there's this ongoing emotional toll of the pandemic, the depression, the pandemic fatigue, the compassion fatigue. Our energy levels are so low for some of us at the moment. The thing is, we need something to spark our joy to be. We need something, as you said, to burst forth like spring, like new growth. And we need something to look forward to. So, even virtually, planning a virtual holiday, like maybe you don't know where you want to go and what you want to do, but even, looking at travel magazines and travel images and putting together a mood board and thinking about, well, while I'm on holiday, what would I like to experience? But adventure isn't just travel and holidays. Adventure is maybe it's study for you. Maybe it's trying out a new career or job. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe it's being playful with your money, seeing how much you can save for till the end of this year. Maybe it's being adventurous in your meditation, trying a different meditation or a different meal. Who knows? Only you can know what's adventurous for you. What kind of action can you take which will bring you out of this lethargy and the languishing and this depressed state? What can possibly tip you out of that and give you something to look forward to, which will spark your own adventurous spirit to come to the fore once again? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you do. Okay, number 3 is where do we need to experience the renewal of spring in our lives? Where do we need to experience the renewal of spring in our lives? Ooh, so we've got protection. I am safe. Where do we need to experience the renewal of spring in our lives? And this is change me, divine beloved, into one who is protected from all negative energy and predictions. Fill me with your dazzling and radiant light. Make me a vessel for your love. I now release all fears I've absorbed from others. Okay, so perhaps what we need experience. What do we need to experience renewal of spring? So perhaps we need to feel safe. We need to feel safe to leave this winter behind and trust in the world again. I really feel like that's what's been missing. That we get bombarded, inundated with the doom and gloom news, and we doom scroll and all the rest. And I really feel like, yeah, we do need to have a place of safety and faith and trust, and we do need to understand that the world is the way that we make it, and the world is the way we are. So if we've really bought into all this negativity and it's brought us down, we do need to start right here with our psychic hygiene. We need to cleanse all that off. We need to refresh, restart, reboot, and renew our own energy. Because when we're in a very, depressed state and we're getting really down and negative, it leaves our energy open to attack, and it leaves our energy open to attracting more negative energy. And we don't want that. See, we're springing into September. I want you to come through this door, to open up to all your good. And I want for you to feel safe and protected as you do that. So we need to trust in life again. And maybe that's connecting with your higher power. Maybe that's, going out in nature and looking for signs of spring and saying, hey, I can trust in cycles. I can trust in cycles like nature that, like the Wheel of Fortune and Tarot, that when you go through difficult times, that wheel's going to turn around and good times will come again. So perhaps we just really need to trust that we are safe. It's okay to grow. It's okay to go through this renewal of spring. Sometimes we might just feel too old for it. It's just that our energy levels could be really low. And we might be afraid of what this new energy is going to ask of us. So we might be afraid to step into it because, oh, that's change, isn't it? And change is the one thing. It's the one constant we can rely on. And it's the one thing we're nearly all shit scared of. So feel safe. Do what you need to do to feel protected and okay. Do your rituals, do your psychic hygiene, do the cleansing. Maybe have it book a healing or a massage or something up the self-care. And just affirm to yourself, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. All is well, all is well, all is well. I mean, I write that in liquid chalk, on my shower screen mirror. Every day I'm going to see that all is well, all is well. And when I need to, grab for a saying or grab for a prayer, reach for something that's comforting, all is well comes to me. I've embodied that just by seeing it every day. Let me know how, you reassure yourself that you are safe. Let me know what are some of the things you can do. I really like Donna Eden's energy techniques, holding yourself. This turns the fight or flight off, and doing those figure eights around your eyes, that's lovely too. Um, do whatever you need to do so that you can feel safe and well and okay. All right, rocking on. What needs to stay in the ground and be released? I think this is really pertinent for this new moon Virgo. Relax. So we've got a lovely, that's a bath scene. Okay, someone in the bath relaxing. What needs to stay in the ground and be released? So it is, oh beloved, change me into one who knows how to relax completely, sleep deeply, and receive all of the blessings of every moment exactly as it presents itself with ease and gratitude. Relax. So what needs to stay in the ground and be released? Hmm. Perhaps what this card is saying is what needs to stay in the ground and be released right now, like what we need before we can move into spring, is that, the ongoing, the healing, the cleansing, feeling safe, feeling protected, and that we need to be able to let go. I've noticed in my meditation practice, I meditate every morning. Um, I don't feel like I really let go and fully relax. Like you'll meditate for a while and it'd be 10, 20 minutes in, you think, oh, I'm just boneless. I could just melt into the floor. I haven't had that feeling for a long time. And I think that's because our fight or flight system we've been in survival mode. That fight or flight system has been switched on and it has not been turned off yet. And the thing is, no one's going to come along and switch that button for us. We need to do it for ourselves. So I feel like we need to train ourselves back into relaxation. And the thing that needs to be released is this being in survival mode. That feeling of always being ready. Like, oh, someone's coughing, or someone's sneezing. Oh, I haven't had my booster shot. Oh, when is this pandemic ever going to end? What are all these other viruses? Oh, there's something else coming up. Alarm, 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 alarm. That pattern becomes entrenched. And the thing is, when your fight or flight is switched on for a prolonged period and you're in survival mode for a prolonged period, it becomes a pattern of trauma. And what needs to be released is we need to let go of the idea that the world's an unsafe and scary place, which I mean, it can be. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying we need to find a way to make it manageable for ourselves. For myself, That's about having a daily spiritual practice. That's about trusting that someone else is in charge of all of this. And all I need to do is keep the focus here on me, do whatever it is I can do whatever it is I need to do, take good care of me, and remember, I am the change I want to see in the world, as Gandhi said. And if I want things to be different, it's got to start here. I've got to be that agent of peace, not chaos. So, what really needs to be released, what we need to leave staying in the ground, the ground of winter, is this idea that we're unsafe and that it's not okay for us to live a life. Live the life that we want to, live a life that's meaningful for us. We need to let that go, and we need to let go that all this fear and tension inside of us. We need to find ways to just let that wash off, become those boneless, melted beings full of peace once again. So, what I'm doing is I'm adding in a meditation in the afternoon or night time so that I can let the day go. Debbie Ford had a really good one. I think it was like welcoming the day and then releasing the day, and I really love that one. And the other thing is, a really good practice is because when you're laying in there in bed at night and you're just starting to drift off to sleep, and your alarmist mind will grab you and say, hey, what about this and this, all the things that you've pushed away during the day, managed to block out because we keep busy. All those things, they'll come rushing in the minute you go to relax. So what can you do about them? You're there in bed, I'm thinking, I can't make doctor's appointments. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can't do this and that. So I gather these things up into a box. And I go, you know what? All of these things are going to be there tomorrow for me. So perhaps I need to, check one thing off my list. Perhaps I need to do a little bit of tapping on something. Perhaps there's one thing that I really need to address before I can go to bed. Well, then I'll do that, or just write them down. But everything else, just pour into a box and let an angel come and get that, or place it, visualize placing it in a river and just letting it drift away. It's guaranteed when you wake up in the morning, the stuff will be there for you tomorrow. And there's always going to be stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. There will always be stuff because you don't stop thinking, you don't stop creating. All this stuff churns on. So it's just about finding a way to manage it so that you can relax and you can get that sleep, which is so important for you. All right, last card. Oh, excuse me. My throat hasn't quite recovered. Okay, what gifts can we expect to receive this month? What gifts can we expect to receive this month? Oh, I really like this one. It's acceptance. A beautiful goddess type lady there. Okay, I accept myself. So the gift is, let me love and accept myself as you love me. May I find you shining brightly within my own being. The you being the capital U. So God, goddess, life, love, whatever it is, acceptance. So the gift that we can expect to receive is this deep self-acceptance. And I want for you to know that you're right here, right now. You are doing the very best that you can. And you've come along, you've watched a video like this because you'd like some inspired guidance. You'd like a practical psychic prescription. Say, hey, what might be coming up for me in the month ahead? And how can I best work and play with these energies that are going to be available to me? Because that's a really smart thing to do. There are energies around us all the time, and they do change. And the thing is, we need to understand what we can control, what there's anything we can do about anything, and what we can't, what's out of our hands. And we need to spend our energy, where it's best spent. So yes, talked in lots of sayings today. If you've watched these videos for a while, you know that I do that. But I want for you to be able to take away these things. So loving and accepting yourself, that will be the gift for you this month. Maybe you'll just take it a little bit deeper and you'll understand you are doing the very best you can. And so is everybody else. May not look like it, but they are. They're doing the very best they can. So we can have some self-compassion and some compassion for others. All right, I'm Kylie Savage Psychic. This has been Spring into September Oraclecast. I'd love to hear what card you chose and if that message resonates with you. And remember, if you'd like to know anything about me and my work, if you're interested in booking a free clarity call, seeing how maybe I can be of help and service to you, let me know. Go and visit the website www.kyliesavage.com. and I will see you next month.